Yorkies are like tiny comedians in fur coats. They bark at the wind, demand full-body blankets, and somehow believe they're the boss of every other dog at the park, no matter the size. And let's be honest, they've got the attitude of a Great Dane packed into 6 pounds of fluff. If you live with a Yorkie, you've definitely seen some weird behavior, but that's what makes them so lovable. In the first episode, we shared 15-odd Yorkie behaviors and what they really mean. But let's be real, that barely scratched the surface. So today at Doggy Pedia, we're back with even more strange, hilarious, and totally Yorkie things these little legends do. Let's jump into 15 more weird things Yorkshire Terriers do and why we secretly love every single one. 1. Tissue shredding. If your Yorkie loves turning tissues into confetti, you're not the only one cleaning up their masterpieces. This quirky habit comes from their rat hunting roots. Tearing things apart just feels right to them. One owner said their Yorkie treats tissue boxes like a challenge. It's usually a sign they're bored, so swap the tissues for toys or puzzle games before they redecorate your house again. 2. Runs to fetch but doesn't bring it back. Some Yorkies love the thrill of chasing a toy, but bringing it back, not so much. You throw the ball, they dash off to grab it, then drop it somewhere else or start playing with it on their own, far from you. It's not that they don't understand the game, they're just playing it their way. Yorkies are smart, independent, and sometimes a bit cheeky. They enjoy the fun part, the chase, but don't always feel the need to follow through. To help them complete the fetch, try encouraging them with praise or a treat only when they bring the toy all the way back to you. With consistency and positive reinforcement, most Yorkies will happily learn that finishing the game your way can be just as rewarding as doing it their way. 3. Butt scooting. If you've ever caught your Yorkie dragging their butt across the floor like they're trying to mop it with their backside, you're not alone. It's called butt scooting, and while it might look hilarious, it's usually their way of saying, "Hey, something's not right back there." An occasional scoot could just mean they've got an itch or something stuck in their fur, but if they're doing it often, it might be something more serious like worms or trouble with their anal glands. If it becomes a regular show, a vet visit is the best way to figure out what's going on and keep your little star comfy. 4. The tiny shadow. If your Yorkie follows you from room to room like a little shadow, you're not alone. Yorkies are known for forming deep bonds with their humans, and many can't stand to be apart, even for a moment. This constant following isn't just clinginess. It's a sign of loyalty, affection, and a need to feel close and secure. Your presence makes them feel safe, so they like to stay close, whether you're cooking, cleaning, or just walking to another room. While it's adorable and flattering, it's also a good idea to help them build a bit of independence with short separations and calm reassurance, especially to prevent separation anxiety. Still, having a furry shadow is one of the sweetest things about living with a Yorkie. 5. Undercover hideouts. Many Yorkies love to hide under sofas, tables, or beds, a quirky behavior tied to both instinct and comfort. These tight, enclosed spaces provide a sense of safety, especially during stressful situations like loud noises, unfamiliar guests, or sudden movements. It gives them a quiet spot to observe from a distance and feel in control. This habit also links back to their origins as rat hunters, where squeezing into tight spaces was part of their job. If your Yorkie often disappears during thunderstorms or busy household moments, chances are they're seeking calm under a favorite piece of furniture. As long as the area is safe and free of hazards, this behavior is completely normal and often quite charming. 6. Picky eating habits. Yorkies are pretty famous for being picky eaters, and if you have one, you probably know the struggle of trying to get them to finish their meal. This fussiness likely comes from their history as pampered pets, used to having their food choices catered to. They can be a bit like tiny food critics, turning their noses up at anything that doesn't quite hit the mark. The key to managing their picky habits is keeping a steady feeding routine with balanced, nutritious meals that meet their needs, without constantly switching things up just to please their whims. Consistency helps them settle in, and soon enough, they'll learn to trust that their bowl always has something tasty and healthy waiting. 7. The pick-me game. Ever tried to pick up your Yorkie only for them to run away at the last second, then come back only to dart off again? This playful teasing is surprisingly common among Yorkies. It's less about avoidance and more about turning the moment into a game. These clever little dogs thrive on interaction and love attention, so they often turn simple routines into fun challenges. It's their way of staying in control and keeping you engaged. While it might feel a bit aggravating, it's usually harmless and just part of their spunky charm. If needed, positive reinforcement can help curb the behavior when it's not the right time for games. 8. Half in, half out pooping. If your Yorkie starts pooping in their toilet but walks away before finishing, leaving the rest outside, it may seem odd, but it's a fairly common issue. Often this happens because your dog feels uneasy or distracted while using the toilet. The area might be too noisy, the pad might be dirty, or the space may feel too exposed. Small breeds like Yorkies are sensitive and can be easily startled during bathroom time. To fix this, keep the toilet area clean, consistent in location, and free from distractions. Avoid sudden changes in placement and use gentle encouragement to help them stay until they're fully done. Reward them when they finish properly to reinforce the behavior. If the issue continues or your dog shows signs of urgency or discomfort, a vet visit may be needed to rule out digestive problems or physical discomfort. With calm guidance and consistency, most dogs quickly improve. 9. Growling while playing. If your Yorkie starts growling during a game of tug-of-war or while wrestling with their favorite squeaky toy, don't panic. It doesn't mean they're mad at you. That low, rumbling growl is actually their way of getting into the game. Think of it like a little kid who shouts and giggles while playing tag. It's all part of the fun. Yorkies are known for their bold personalities, and playtime is when their inner drama queen really shines. Just make sure to watch their body language. Wagging tails, relaxed ears, and bouncy movements mean it's all good fun. But if the growling turns into stiff posture or snapping, that's your cue to dial things down. With Yorkies, play can be loud and theatrical, just part of their big dog in a small body charm. 10th mirror barking. Ever caught your Yorkie barking at its own reflection like it just spotted an intruder? This quirky behavior, barking at the mirror, is often a result of their strong territorial instincts. Yorkies are naturally alert and protective, and when they see their reflection, they might think it's another dog invading their space. You might notice them growling, barking, or pacing in front of the mirror in a full display of watchdog energy. While usually harmless and even amusing, keep an eye on it if the behavior becomes overly intense or frequent. 11th. Eating grass. Eating grass might seem odd, but it's a pretty common quirk in Yorkies and lots of other dogs. Sometimes they just nibble out of curiosity or boredom, but it can also mean they're trying to soothe an upset tummy or fill a nutritional gap. Since Yorkies are small but mighty, they're pretty good at letting you know when something feels off, and munching grass is one of their ways of coping. Just make sure the grass they're snacking on hasn't been sprayed with pesticides or chemicals. Those are a no-go and can make your pup sick. Feeding a balanced diet and keeping an eye on their outdoor adventures can help keep this habit in check, so your little furball stays happy and healthy. 12th. Spinning before lying down. Yorkies have this cute habit of spinning in circles before they finally flop down for a nap or bedtime. This isn't just random, it's actually an old survival trick passed down from their wild ancestors, who needed to stomp down grass or leaves to create a cozy, safe spot to rest. Even though your Yorkie's probably got a plush bed or soft blanket waiting, that spinning dance is their way of feeling comfy and secure before settling in. It's a little reminder of their wild roots mixed with their modern-day pampered lives. 13. Licking the air. Ever caught your Yorkie randomly licking the air like they're trying to taste a ghost snack? It looks hilarious, but there's actually a reason behind it. Dogs have this cool thing called the Jacobson's organ that helps them taste smells in the air. So your pup might just be doing some weird detective work with their tongue. But sometimes air licking can also be a sign they're feeling anxious, nauseous, or even just trying to get your attention in the most bizarre way possible. It's quirky, for sure, but if it becomes constant, it's a good idea to chat with your vet. 14th. Kicking in sleep. If your Yorkie lies on their back and starts kicking their legs, sometimes even in their sleep, it's usually nothing to worry about. This quirky movement often mimics a running or playful motion and can happen while they're awake or dreaming. When they're relaxed on their back, kicking may be a form of stretching or simply a way to release energy. During sleep, it's likely tied to REM, rapid eye movement cycles, when dogs, like humans, may twitch or act out parts of their dreams. As long as your pup seems healthy and isn't showing signs of discomfort, these playful kicks are just another expression of their active little personality. However, if the movements become stiff, frequent, or seem involuntary when awake, it's worth mentioning to your vet, just to be safe. 15. Guarding behavior. Yorkies take guarding seriously. These little dogs have a big bark and an even bigger attitude when it comes to protecting their home and family. Some Yorkie owners have shared stories of their pint-sized pups bravely standing up to much larger dogs, or barking at the mail carrier like a pro security guard. But heads up, this boldness can be dangerous when they face bigger dogs who might not take kindly to their fearless attitude. Without proper training and socialization, that fierce protectiveness can turn into non-stop barking or snappy behavior. So, while Yorkies might be small, their guarding instincts definitely pack a punch and need careful handling. Yorkshire Terriers might be tiny, but their quirks are anything but. They keep us laughing, guessing, and falling in love with them all over again, even when they're being total little weirdos. Living with a Yorkie means expecting the unexpected. And honestly, that's what makes them so special. If you had fun watching this or saw your own pup in any of these moments, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. We've got plenty more dog-loving stories coming your way. Got a Yorkie at home? We want to hear everything. Tell us your funniest, weirdest Yorkie moment in the comments. We read every single one, and they honestly make our day. And if there's a breed or behavior you want us to cover next, let us know. We're always listening, and your idea might just be our next episode. Once again, this is Doggy Pedia. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you in the next video.